So, now this is just a quick disclaimer. This video is unscripted, which I don't know if that sounds weird to you, but a lot of my videos are scripted. So yeah, a lot of this video is going to be my raw and honest thoughts, and if I think about it, this video might take a really long time to edit simply because I don't really have you see, I don't know the words. A clear idea of what I'm going to say, but I have an idea of what I'm going to say. So to quickly get on point, I finished my New Year's resolution. Last year, I went to America and Canada, and when I went to America, I went to the New York Botanical Gardens in the Bronx, and I don't know, that awakened something in me. I didn't realize how much I would like a botanical gardens. I didn't realize how much I would like flowers. I didn't realize I didn't realize how much I would love the intricacies of making a garden and everything, especially one of that scale. And yeah, it was to a point that I couldn't stop thinking about that place for a very long time. I couldn't stop thinking about New York Botanical Gardens. Like I said, it awakened something in me. But of course, if you can't tell, I don't live in New York. I'm not American. So I had to find some solution for this hunger that I had for botanical gardens, which was I live in Sydney, to go to every botanical gardens here in Sydney. And guess what? I completed that resolution. I've been to all three. That's basically the video. I just wanted to tell you that I went to all three gardens. So if you want to click away now. Rest of the video, I'm just going to be waffling on about everything. It's kind of going to be me treating this as a journal, diary entry, or therapy session, something like that. So yeah, strap in. So on the topic of the botanical gardens, I can't help but wonder, because I've shared all these videos with you guys, I can't help but wonder what your favorite botanical gardens were, out of the three that I went to. The Sydney Royal Botanical Gardens, the one in the city, the Australian Botanical Gardens, the one in Mount Annan, or the Auburn Botanic Gardens, where I went to see the cherry blossoms. Now, I'll give you my experience about this as well, because it's not like I went to those gardens just one time and never went back, because I went back to the Sydney Royal Botanical Gardens multiple times. I went to the Australian Botanical Gardens and Mount Annan multiple times as well. It's just Auburn Botanic Garden that I haven't been back to multiple times. I might go a couple of more times, I'm not sure, but that's the one that I went to most recently, and yeah, it's just I went there that one time to see an event. I don't really know what it's like during other times of the year. But yeah, I kind of wonder what you guys think as well if you've watched all three videos. If you haven't, I'll link a playlist somewhere around here, maybe in the description. Go over there if you can see playlists. And go watch those videos and come back to tell me which one was your favorite. Now, when I think about it, I really don't know which one my favorite would be. The one that I went back to the most was Mount Annan Botanical Gardens, because I don't know why, it just kind of drew me in. It is a massive area, so I felt like every time I go in, I find something new, I find somewhere new to walk, I find something new to see. And of course, I went back during winter, if you guys saw that short, to see the wattle garden. In the video that I made, the wattles weren't blooming, and I said that my favorite plant was that prehistoric cabbage. I still don't know what that actually is. But every other time I went back, I literally just went to go to the wattle garden, and if I were to change my mind on what my favorite plant is in that garden, it would be the golden wattles. Now, I know a lot of Australian people, they're probably going to see this and say, why would the golden wattle be your favorite? It is the most common flower in all of Australia. And then I'm over here thinking that the golden wattle, yes, it is the most common in Australia, but it is such a unique flower because it blooms during winter. It makes Australia beautiful and lively during winter. There was a little comment on the short by Jordan's Den that pointed this out, that it's deep into winter, but it's still beautiful. That's what I love about Australia, because around the world, when it comes to most flora, the blooming season is not during winter. The blooming season is during spring. So if you happen to come to Australia during winter, it's not like everything is dead. It's just suddenly everything is bright, alive, and gold. And that's something that I love. I feel like it just makes this country look so beautiful. My drives to work suddenly become nice. Jogging suddenly becomes nice. It's really cool. I think it's a beautiful thing. And that's why the golden wattles are my favorite, because you get it at a very specific time during the year. And that time is where you don't expect anything to be happening. But yeah, like I said, I went back to Australian Botanical Gardens multiple times, and I had fun every single time. I took family there, I took friends there, I went there myself, and it's something that I love sharing, because there's just so much to do there, and there's so much to explore. You can spend hours there. And of course, the Sydney Royal Botanical Gardens. That place, I think, is effortlessly beautiful. When I went there originally, my only comparison point was New York Botanical Gardens. And when it came to New York Botanical Gardens, what I admired about that place is how much effort they put to make the place look beautiful. Like, come on, it's a place in the middle of the Bronx. No, but when you go to New York Botanical Gardens, you can admire the layout, you can admire the effort, you can admire all the work that they had to put in to make that place look beautiful. And that made it all the more better. Whereas when it came to Sydney Royal Botanical Gardens, it is literally a botanical garden on the most beautiful harbour on the planet. You don't have to put a lot of effort to make that place look good. After I went there, I've taken multiple friends, multiple family members. I've been back myself once as well. And everyone has the same reaction. They're like, this place is absolutely beautiful. There are so many spiders. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Am I taking away from the beauty of the botanical garden itself? I don't know. Like, in my head, I think if there wasn't a botanical garden there, it would still be beautiful. But it is more beautiful because there's a botanical garden. I don't know what I'm saying. So, like, between the two, which one do I like more? I actually don't know. I feel like if you ask me right now, I would give the edge to the Australian Botanical Gardens in Mount Annan. And I would give them the edge because of the Wattle Garden. But that might change because come the end of spring, the start of summer, the wattles aren't going to be there anymore. That's when Sydney Royal Botanical Gardens is going to look better anyway. Anyways, yeah, I know I didn't mention Auburn Botanical Gardens that much, but if I'm to say anything about it, I would say the Auburn Botanical Gardens is the most accessible out of the three that I went to. It's not really a hilly area, it's not a massive space either, it is actually quite small. There aren't actually that many garden options, and the beauty of it came because I went there during an event. Take away the Cherry Blossom Festival. What is that place? I don't know. I haven't been there. I need to go back. But yeah, like I said before, like right now at this time of the year, I would give the edge to the Australian Botanical Gardens in Mount Annan. But you know, with that said, I know I've been sharing this journey with me, this New Year's resolution journey with me. And something that some people might wonder is what's going to happen now. Is there something else I'm going to do on the channel? Do I have any other resolutions as well? And the answer is, yeah. I do have one other New Year's resolution that I knew I was going to start around September. And that is that I want to grow herbs, fruits, and flowers as well. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to grow. I do want to give myself somewhat of a challenge so I can learn gardening and learn agriculture and all that. Like, for example, something on my mind is I have grown avocado trees before, but the part that I didn't get to was grafting. Like, grafting is a technique that gardeners use, like, to actually make fruit. Because for some fruit, you can't just, like, put a seed in the ground and it's going to pop out as fruit. You have to do stuff. And one of those are avocados. And I want to give that a go. I want to try grafting avocados or maybe grafting apples. I don't know. The problem is I don't like apples. Anyways, yeah, that is another goal that I have. Am I gonna share it with you guys? I don't know. Is that something you guys want to see? Is that another series that you want to see until the end of the year? When I get my plants and when I start to actually try to grow them and everything, and then show you guys what my experience is, what my results are and all that, and what I learned. Like, is that something you guys want to see or nah? And aside from my 2025 resolutions, is there something else that I have planned for this channel? If I'm telling you the truth, not really. Right now, I'm in a point in my life where I don't really know what's going on. I don't really exactly feel like I can do anything with security. And a lot of that is just because I'm confused in my own life right now. Like, obviously, there's a lot of things that I want to do, and obviously, there's a lot of things that I wish I can do. But this is something that I have told you guys before. I am not really good at balancing things. Whenever I do anything, I always put 100% in. I always go all in or nothing at all. And a lot of people do admire that about me, but it has been brought to my attention that sometimes it can be a downfall. My immediate plans for the rest of the year was I want to buy a Switch 2 so I can play the new Pokemon game when that comes out. And I want to buy a couple of more games so I can make that end of the year video that I do, the best games video, where like I get a ton of people collaborating and everything and make this hype video towards last week of December. Do I plan on doing those? Yeah, I definitely do plan on doing those. But is it going to be a promise? I don't want to give a promise. Other things that I want to do includes going to another botanical garden and possibly even going to a different city for another city's botanical garden and a flower show that happens. I'm talking about Canberra, Floriade. And I think it's also about time that I bring back a Halloween special video. Every single time I've done a Halloween special video, it was a banger. My last Halloween special video about the haunted train station, that is still going strong. And something else that I actually want to do is do a video about a haunted town. I've had ideas on how I want to do this, and one of those ideas is actually like going to the town and staying there for a couple of days and then exploring it. It's just like, yeah. But I feel like you can very easily see the issue with that, and the issue with that is it costs a lot of money to do that. But yeah, that is something that I would really like to do. Now, I'll also say like this, I know I joke a lot about leaving YouTube and like leaving the creative spaces and everything, but I always say it and I never do it. Have I come close to doing that this year? Yeah, I have. I've taken time off every now and again, and then I just end up feeling guilty because I'm leaving a whole ass community. Like, I cannot stress to you enough how much this YouTube community actually means to me. How much meaning this community brings to me. This community, the way things are going, stuff other people do, stuff I do with other people, things we plan and all that. Those are things that's like constantly going on in my head. Those are things that I'm constantly thinking about. I'm always thinking about, hey, how can I impress this person? Hey, that person has done something that I really admire. How do I encourage them to keep doing it? And then also, obviously, there's the case of myself. This community has brought a lot to me. I've been doing this for almost 5 years now, and I've slowly gone from trying to produce a lot of quantity of content to moving more and more towards quality. I'm at a point where I don't really care how much content I have, as long as the content is good, as long as the content is memorable, as long as it's something that I can look back to in 5 years' time and say, hey, I am so glad that I did that. I am not King Aurelius Gaming anymore. That guy, in the year 2022, uploaded on his channel 329 times. He uploaded almost every single day of the year. And I know that's not something I'm going to do again. And I'm also going to give a reminder of why I'm not going to do that again through the statistics of my channel. In this last week of August in 2025 alone, I've uploaded 2 of my best performing videos this year. The Botanical Gardens video and that rage baiting short. In the last 365 days, I've gotten almost 200,000 views, 100,000 of which has come during this year. And it's not even the end of the year yet. And again, in this last 365 days, there have been almost 600 of you who have come to subscribe to me. So that really honestly tells me it's not the quantity of the stuff that I'm doing that gets me subscribers now. It genuinely might be the quality. Now, another thing that I do want to mention right now, I know there's always new creators coming in and going on this platform, and I'm always questioning myself if it's my time to go, because I'm seeing a lot of cool new up and coming creators right now that's trying to make their mark. I don't necessarily feel like I'm taking up any space, but what I am feeling is the space that I do take up could much better be filled by these people. When I was starting, there were so many other people around me who started around the same time. Brittany was starting her old channel back then. I started around the same time as Ethan as well, who have both become some of my bestest friends in life. I'm going to name a whole bunch of people that I started off with back then as well. We had people like the Salty Onion, the Dysarts, Razzie, Evie Queen, Carly May, back when she used to do Animal Crossing, and weirdly enough, that's what I'm doing the most this year. Ember, Joyce, Hefty, so many cool names, and I feel like we've all made our mark with our small communities, and we have achieved so much. This year-ish, I've been seeing that again, and it's been the most excited I've been for creators in a while, because I've been seeing so many new creators come onto this platform and starting to make their mark. Like literally, we've got people like Simo Game Zone, we've got people like Jordan's Den, who have been growing like crazy this past year, and I'm honestly so proud of them, and I'm enjoying watching them grow so much. Seeing the way that they do things, seeing the way that they interact with their audience, stuff like that. We're watching Brittany make her comeback as well, Unbelievably Binny, nurturing for a growing community. There's also people like Ryan Benora, who is an absolute blast to watch. And I'm just there like, man, I would rather be watching you than streaming myself. Another one that I've noticed is Pure Chaos Gaming. The way that she's running her channel, it is very reminiscent to what I was like when I was starting. Highly focusing on quantity, and it's slowly getting better and better every time she uploads, every time she streams, figuring out how to use Discord. And of course, I can't forget Lisette. Lisette has an amazing channel that she just started, and it is an absolute treat to watch her. Now, all these people that I mentioned, like I said, I don't feel like I'm taking up space, but I feel like that space is better left to them instead of me. I don't know if I'm pessimistic, if I'm being honest, and I don't even know if that means I want to go into a new space, or is this like, am I happy with where I am? Like I said earlier, I'm confused, bro. There are a lot of things that I want on my channel that I haven't done or achieved yet, and I know that I'm going to keep going until I get those, which is an indefinite amount of time. Am I going to upload this video and never upload again? No, I've got a lot more left in me. But I am also fully accepting of the concept of moving on. Anyways, yeah, I completed my New Year's resolution.